Mtazamaji, aliyekuwa kinara wa ODM Raila Odinga ameitetea kampuni ya Adani iliyohusishwa na kandarasi tata ya uwanja wa ndege wa Jomo Kenyatta, akisema ni kampuni yenye tajriba na umaarufu katika utendakazi wake. Odinga pia ameitaka serikali kuweka mikakati ya kulinda mikataba ya uwekezaji kutoka kwa wawekezaji wa kibinafsi na umma. Na kama anavyoarifu Francis Mtalaki, Odinga amekiri kuifahamu kampuni ya Adani tangu mwaka wa 2010.
Baada ya kimya cha muda mrefu kuhusu ujio wa kampuni ya Adani nchini, kinara wa upinzani Raila Odinga amevunja kimya chake akitetea kampuni hiyo. Odinga anasema Adani ni kampuni ya haiba ya juu kupitia utendakazi wake katika sekta ya kawi na muundo msingi wa viwanja vya ndege.
Adani company conglomerate is worth over $200 billion. It cannot be an Adani gate. Deal with the issues as they are. If some people have made mistakes, let them own up that they made some mistakes. But do not begin to condemn innocent companies.
Odinga amekiri kufahamu kampuni hiyo mwaka 2010 katika ziara yake nchini India akihudumu kama waziri mkuu. Ni hapa ambapo anasema mpango wa Adani kukarabati uwanja wa ndege ulianzishwa.
The PPP law we have today is a variation of the PPP laws of the Gujarat state that Prime Minister gave us in hard copy. Unfortunately, we adulterated what we borrowed from India and then ended up with a law that is not fulfilling the needs of the country or the expectations of the people.
Katika kikao hicho, anadai kupendekeza kuangaziwa kwa matakwa ya Wakenya kabla ya utekelezaji.
We must change the way we address our planned PPPs if we are to protect the current positioning of Kenya as the most profitable and reliable destination for PPP's programs, and at the same time ensure that the interests of the people of Kenya are protected.
Odinga ametumia vigezo vya hali ngumu ya maisha inayosababisha Wakenya kutotozwa kodi zaidi, kupungua kwa uwezo wa taifa kukopa ili kufadhili miradi ya maendeleo, ndio chanzo cha serikali kumbatia uwekezaji baina ya umma na uwekezaji wa kibinafsi almaarufu PPP.
Kenyans cannot be made to bear all risks in the PPP projects. Kenyans can guarantee break-even returns but never commercial profits. C. We must establish irreducible minimum terms in our PPEs, including the recognition of the jurisdiction of Kenyan courts, recognition of the application of the laws of Kenya, recognition of the terms and conditions of labor in Kenya, recognition of environmental protection.
Kinara huyo wa ODM pia amekemea mauaji na kutoweka kwa Wakenya, akitaka serikali kuhakikisha wale wote waliopoteza maisha yao wamepata fidia na waliotoweka waachiliwe huru. Francis Mtalaki, Ringa Citizen, Mombasa.
Embattled Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has turned to God and the judiciary with his impeachment case set for prosecution before the Senate on Wednesday and Thursday this week.
Yes, right now Gachagua, who attended the 34th annual Thanksgiving of the ACK Diocese of Embu in Embu County, also lashed out at the National Assembly members following his impeachment this past week, accusing them of wrongfully seeking to boot him out of office.
Ayub Abdikadir reports on the defining week ahead for Kenya's second deputy president.
Akin to his last church service at his current residence, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua alive too and under no illusion to the defining week ahead for him, sought the intervention of God to somewhat salvage his political career.
Yale yote ambayo inaendelea Kenya msijali. Si ndio? Si iko Mungu mbinguni? Sisi ni Wakristo na tunamwamini Mwenyezi Mungu. Na Mungu atafanya mapenzi yake. Binadamu wanaweza panga mambo mingi lakini iko Mungu mbinguni. Muendelee kutuombea. Muendelee kuombea nchi yetu.
To an institution he was so dismissive of and underrated its importance in Kenya's governance architecture, Gachagua turned his second prayer to the judiciary, heaping praise on the courts, whose judges, among them Lady Justice Esther Maina of the High Court, he accused of corruption at the height of the onslaught against the judiciary by him and his boss, President William Ruto.
Lakini sisi tuna imani kubwa sana na mahakama zetu. Our judiciary is very professional, and I have no doubt in my mind that our eminent judges will protect and uphold the Constitution, the rule of law, and always make sure that the will of the people is sovereign.
Recalling events of Tuesday at the National Assembly, Gachagua lashed out at the House for what he labeled as crucifixion and unfairness.
Sijui kama tawezekana tulichaguliwa na hii watu yote tufukuzwe na watu wachache. Hiyo ni haki kweli watu wa Embu? Kwa hivyo watu wa Embu mlichagua mimi na President William Ruto, mkatupatia kura zenu zote. Tungeuliza uamuzi wa raia uheshimike. Kwa sababu raia wanapiga kura miaka 5. Na ni mzuri kuheshimu uamuzi wa nini?
And a call for calm, unity and cohesion from Gachagua, whose sentiments flew opposite to the office he holds. And in the course of the Kenya Kwanza administration's tumultuous 2 years in authority, dedicated enormous energies in classifying Kenyans, equating the country to a company, with some holding more shares than others.
Irrespective ya ile tatokea, nataka kuuliza amani katika hii Embu, katika Mlima Kenya, katika Kenya nzima. Sisi tuko na nchi ya Kenya, hatuna nchi nyingine. Na hii nchi ni yetu. Sisi tupendane, tukue na amani, tukiendelea kufanya kazi zetu. Kwa sababu hiyo ndio mambo ile muhimu.
Gachagua has since the start of his impeachment talks sought to stop it, though unsuccessful. The latest being on Saturday, seeking to stop the Senate that is scheduled to hear his impeachment next week on Wednesday and Thursday. He has been the government's poster child boy, caught in controversy in the course of his time in office, and has since the move to remove him from office displayed disaffection, feeling bureaucratic betrayal, and now seeks God's intervention to save his political career in what could be his last Sunday church service as deputy president if the Senate goes ahead to impeach him. Ayub Abdikadir, Citizen TV.
President William Ruto once again steered clear of the impeachment of his deputy Rigathi Gachagua 6 days after a motion to impeach him was passed by the National Assembly.
President Ruto, who was expected to attend the ACK Diocesan 34th Anniversary Thanksgiving and fundraising in Embu, which was graced by his deputy, opted to worship at his home church, AIC Milimani, for the second week.
Now, the head of state changed a plan which could have seen him share the podium with his embattled deputy, is pointed to a troubled political marriage. Take a listen.
Barely 3 days before Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua knows his fate before senators, and close to a week after the National Assembly members voted in support of his impeachment, the president continued with his silence on the matter of his deputy. Even more surprising and characteristic of the two, Ruto and Gachagua have not held joint function in recent weeks. The head of state, who was expected to grace the ACK Diocesan 34th Anniversary, Thanksgiving and fundraising in Embu, failed to attend the celebrations attended by Gachagua and his allies, and instead joined congregants at AIC Milimani, Nairobi.
When the senior pastor told me that there had been sent an invitation for this celebration, I told him I'm going to struggle because it wasn't in my diary. My diary was committed somewhere else. I've had to negotiate with people in other places because I didn't want to miss this celebration.
The change in his diary raising more questions over the relationship between the two. Gachagua last week blamed his boss for his woes when he said the impeachment motion could not have seen the light of the day unless authorized by the head of state. With the rising political temperatures over Gachagua impeachment, President Ruto appealed to Kenyans to support and pray for his leadership in transforming the country.
I will not look back in making sure that I oversee the transformation of Kenya. I ask for your support. I ask for your prayer. Implementing some of the transformational changes to change our nation requires prayers, requires commitment.
The president, who described his agenda as that of making Kenya equal for all, has reiterated his commitment in implementing key projects, including the revamp of the health scheme, affordable housing, and environmental restoration.
We have registered close to 12.8 million people under the new UHC program, because it is our intention to make sure that no Kenyan is left behind on matters health. For the first time, every Kenyan will have a health insurance.
The head of state has also hailed faith-based organizations for their role in championing for good health in the country, saying the government will partner with them to make Social Health Authority a success. Gatete Njoroge, Citizen TV, Nairobi.